Girls with super long acrylic nails. How do you wipe your butt without hurting yourself? Same way they put contacts in. Very carefully with the pads of the fingers, rather than the nails. Getting in is easy. Getting out is a different story. Yup, in is fine. Out is an eye-kebab. I find the most difficult part is flushing the toilet, if it's a push button. I don't get acrylics anymore, but when I did, man, the finger yoga I had to pull off, just to get enough downforce to push it all the way. Use your knuckle. I did, but it's not easy. You use the 3 seashells duck. Check out this guy. He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. I'm still trying to figure it out. It haunts my dreams every night. Tell me how to use the seashells. 2 to clamp, 1 to scrape. It's weird, but you can do basically anything but rock climbing. Though it is not impossible, I find it hard to peel off stickers off surfaces, or put on necklaces. I cannot pinch the tiny hoop thingy for the life of me. Take some toilet paper. Wrap it perpendicular to your fingers, covering up the nails. Wipe like normal. I used to keep bad bitch acrylic daggers. I would get them filled every 2 weeks like clockwork. I could pop a balloon by poking it. Wiping my ass was never an issue. However, retrieving my menstrual cup was a delicate rescue mission. I have stabbed myself inside the twat more times than I can count. I've poked myself in the eye, stabbed the inside of my nose, scratched myself on them. Nothing hurts as bad as the fake nail getting bent backwards. It is soul-sucking pain. It feels like an out-of-body experience that leaves you wanting to fight everything. Bending a normal nail back hurts nothing compared to bending a fake nail back. Ultimately, I stopped getting them done because my natural nails got too thin for my liking. It was expensive, and if I bent another nail back I was gonna lose it. You just made me wince. Menstrual cup retrieval is an art in itself. I usually get my nails done after my period is done. My nail once bent over backwards and it's like someone switched off the sun for a few minutes. Menstrual cup retrieval is also the name of my band. You guys put on a bloody good show. Best band ever. Period. As a girl who used to love having long stiletto nails, my vagina definitely took a scratch or two, not to mention the countless lace underwear and leggings that fell victim to holes. I've had acrylic, gel, stick on almost every false nail, filed in every shape out there, and let me tell you, those MFS are blunt as peep. How do you not hurt yourself? No, wrong question. You should be asking, how do you scratch an itch? You don't. You suffer for 2 to 4 weeks with tiny little blunt useless bits of gel on your fingers. It's so bad we can actually bruise and still not satisfy that itch. So, yeah. Cutting our asshole is not a huge concern. I get stiletto nails, and every creature in my house comes to me for scritches. I imagine it's something like a fritter scoop through 7-layer bean dip. That's true if they're using one finger. If it's all 4 then it's a mess wiping through chocolate mousse. RMSE once bit my sister. I don't have long nails, but my fingers don't position themselves when wiping in a way they would puncture the paper. I mean, 2 fingers, extended so you wipe across the fingers with the paper. Like, do some of you use the tips for some reason? How the hell do you not use a speed toner paper by not wiping correctly? I have a bidet, but also are y'all cleaning our assholes with their nails? BC, it's really not hard to wipe normally. I've got long gel extensions right now, and let me tell you, those girls are thick. They don't scratch like long natural nails do. It feels like plastic. Try scratching yourself with a melamine spoon. Kid's spoon. I can still do most things normally. Anyways, to answer your question, you can still pinch the paper, or use the pads of your fingers, or wrap the paper around the ends of your fingers. Finish with a wet wipe. I find it much harder to type or peel things. Doing up buttons is hard as well. Wiping is easy, because the stakes are high. I'm sorry, do you finger your asshole every time you wipe? Yes. It makes me feel like a slutty dinosaur. Okay. How are you guys wiping? I don't see how this would be an issue unless you're scraping with your fingers. Isn't it more of a wiping motion than a scraping motion? I'm filled with doubt as I write this. I don't actually recall being taught to wipe, so I may have been doing it wrong. You get used to using the side of your fingers. Imagine rubbing under your nose. You don't scratch it, you rub. Disclaimer. I only had long nails a couple of times and that's what I had to do. And bet you just tried rubbing your nose, didn't you? I'm a guy, but I never understand this question. Do most people jam their fingers up their ass when they wipe? My nails are as short as possible, but I still hold my fingers flat while I wipe. What are you weirdos doing? Maybe they bidet? You just do it like everyone else. It's not that hard to picture. Do you hold your TP in a wad so small that your fingers are tempted to graze your ass? Is that why people ask this question? Use a wad. As a girl with long acrylic nails, I honestly forgot. So it's just a no-brainer, like it's not that hard, LMAO, I just do it, and I don't really think about it. Use the nails like you would use an ice scraper for your car windows. Can confirm. It works great for removing that days old crust. My natural nails are as long as my former fake ones right now. I use thick toilet paper and my fingertips to do things. Another important factor is that people with long nails often don't have hairy butts, which makes wiping in general a much cleaner job. It's not usually a bear claw scooping through chocolate mousse situation like an eloquent redditor sit above. I pity anyone with a hairy butt for this reason. Next time you wipe your ass, pay attention to your hands. You don't use your nails. You're the paper in the pad of your hand across your fingers and palm and wipe. If you're using your nails, long or not, you're definitely doing it wrong. Simple. Use tissue. You get used to nails pretty quickly. Though it's easiest to start with shorter acrylics or gel nails, and then as your nails grow out you steadily get used to longer and longer over time. Not even that long at all, and you quickly get used to, like in 2 days, grabbing things from the flat bottom part of your finger, where your fingerprint is vs the top part, and not curling your fingers as much for stuff like typing. Also slightly more TP than usual, but not by a ton. Like everyone else, dude, with salad tongs. It's a craft. Sometimes your nail will go through the toilet paper and stab you. Bruh, girls don't poop up. Use the side of your hand. Not a girl, but I do have acrylics. It's really not as hard as people think. I grab the toilet paper with my thumb, pressed against my palm, and when I get close to I move my thumb out of the way. It also helps that I can overextend my fingers, so I can bend them further backwards than most people, which help to avoid getting my thumb too close. Always wondered how dirty the underside must be. Having such long nails seems like a nightmare. Don't know about you in the US, but we in Europe also use a bidet after wiping. A lot of other toilets have mini showers, ass shower we call it, beside the toilet shell, instead of bidets. It's irrelevant how thoroughly you wipe your ass if you are going to clean it with water anyway. Take a square of toilet paper, fold it in half, turn it 90 degrees and fold it in half again. Tear a small piece off of the middle corner so that when you unfold the paper there is a hole in the center. Set the torn off piece aside. Then put your finger through the hole so the paper rests at the base and use your finger to scrape the poo off your butt. Grab hold of the paper at the base of your finger with your other hand, and while holding it tightly, pull your finger out through the hole. Dispose of the toilet paper. Then use the small piece you tore off earlier to clean under the fingernail. Finis. So not only are you maintaining the cost of having those long ass nails, you're also using up most of the toilet paper. But more importantly, why? All these responses are from men. Apparently op needs a how to wipe your but Askreddit lol. You'll still wipe but with paper? Bidets is the way to go. Come to the future folks.